If you thought memorizing the fretboard was going to be hard, I'm about to cut your memorizing time in half with this easy trick. In order to not waste your time, you just need to know the notes on 2 guitar strings, the low E and A strings. And this will allow you to navigate the whole fretboard. If you're new here, I'm a professional musician that's done over 1,000 paid shows, and I graduated from Berklee with a scholarship. This is a lesson from our free online music school to make practical music education available for everyone. So if you like it, share it with a friend, and come and hang out with us. I'd love to meet you. So what we're going to do is jump right into this. There's 2 strings. That's all we want to focus on. Obviously, the guitar has 6 strings, and the last thing you want to do, which in my opinion is a massive waste of time, and I fell into this trap, so I don't want you to fall into my trap, because I want you to play music. I want you to be learning songs. I want you to be picking up skills on the guitar that are way more valuable than you just being able to recall a note. Like, the only time that was ever useful was when I had a guitar teacher who was like, you need to know all the notes on the guitar. And then they pointed at the guitar and they were like, play that note. And I had to recall that note. And that was just such a waste of my time. I should have just been playing songs. And I don't want you to do that. So the reason why we only want to memorize 2 strings is because these 2 low strings are going to set up a really easy framework for you to navigate all the other strings. And the reason why we want to pick these 2 strings is if you get into scales and stuff like that and playing open chords and bar chords and things like that, these 2 low strings typically will have the root note of whatever chord you're playing, so it doubles up. You can, 1, memorize all the notes on the fretboard, and 2, if you know these ones, they're the most recalled notes that you have to do. So if someone says, hey, we're going to play an A chord, you need to know that I know where the A note is there, and I know where the A note is there, so that you can play the A chord immediately. And so that is why we want to do those 2 strings. They have like it's like a, not double-edged sword, I don't know. It's a double whammy. It crushes. It's the best. So you can memorize the fretboard and you can recall anywhere you need to be on the fretboard and play chords very fast. So the premise of this, I'm just going to get through it really, really quick. There's 12 notes in Western music. Really, really easy to play. And basically they just repeat. Now you start from A and you go to G, and then they have these things called accidentals, which are sharps and flats. If you don't know any music theory, we have a free music theory course, so you can just jump into that and that will explain it all for you really, really easy. But I'm just going to give you guys the note names on the guitar really quick because, save you guys some time and you can just start memorizing it. So we're going to start on the low E string, which is the 6th string on the guitar. And so the first note is E. Now, there's 2 notes in the alphabet, in the musical alphabet, that don't have what we call sharps. And I'm only going to work through sharps right now. And if you do the theory course, you'll learn what accidentals are, and it'll make your life really easy. So we start on E, and then what I do is I go straight to the next note, which is F. And then I go F sharp on the 2nd fret. And then I go to the G. And then I go G sharp. And then I go A. And then I go A sharp. And then I go B. Now, B is the 2nd note that doesn't have a sharp. So we go straight to the next letter name, which is C. And then we go C sharp. And then we go D. Then we go D sharp. And then we go E. So I'll do that one a lot faster now. So we got E on the open, which is 0. F on 1. F sharp on 2. G on 3. G sharp on 4. A on 5, A sharp on 6, B on 7, C on 8, C sharp on 9. Man, I'm messing with my brain right now. D is on 10, D sharp on 11, E on 12. It's like so simple, like when you're doing like a really simple task and then your brain is like, wait, am I going to get this wrong? Anyway, so that's all the notes on the low E string. Now all the notes on the low A string. So this is the 5th string on the guitar. So we're going to start here on open note is A. And then first fret is A sharp. Then the second one's B. Now remember, B doesn't have a sharp, so we go straight to C on the 3rd fret. And then we go C sharp on the 4th, D on the 5th, D sharp, E. Now remember, E doesn't have a sharp, so we go straight to F on the 8th fret, F sharp, G, G sharp, A, back to the beginning. So every time you get up 12 frets, you start again. So really, really easy. Now, this is the winning sauce. This is the special sauce. This is what will change your life. It changed my life when it did it, and it made it so I never have to practice memorizing notes ever again. So we have these things called octaves, which is what you would have just heard. I started on 0, and then I hit the 12th fret. That's an octave. I'm playing the same note, but it's just a higher pitch. Really simple. Now, if I drop down 2 strings, I will be playing an octave again. So if I play, for instance, 3rd fret on the low E string, which is a G note, I can play an octave right here. Same note. So what we're going to do is, to find all the notes on the low D string, which is this one, the 4th string, all you need to do is you play on the 6th string, you drop down 2 strings, and then you go up 2 frets. So you see here, I'm on the 3rd fret, I drop down 2 strings, and then I go up 2 frets, and boom. So 5th fret on the D string is the same note as the 3rd fret on the low E string, just higher pitch. So that's my G. So anytime I'm playing through and I'm like, oh, I need to find a note on the D string, if I know that's A, bam, A's right there. So I just use whatever I already know, and I just bam, straight away get to it. Makes it really easy. Now the exact same framework works for the G string, which is the 3rd string, and the A string, which is the 5th string. So I can do the exact same thing here. So 3rd fret A string is a C note, and then 5th fret G string is a C as well. So I'm just going down 2 strings, up 2 frets. Really simple. Now, the next one that we're going to do is slightly trickier because it's obviously not following the same system that we did before, but we're going to use the 5th string to reference what note is being played on the B string or the 2nd string here. So if I wanted to play a note on the B string, all I'm going to do is I'll go play that B string. I'm going to go up 3 strings. So I'll just do it because it looks easier on the fretboard. So say I play this note here. I'm like, hey, what's that note? I do have no idea what that note is. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3 strings, and then I'm going to go up 2 frets. 1, 2. So there, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And because we've memorized the A string, it's a D note. So D, D. So that's like a really, really easy way to find that note. So if you ever get stuck and you're like, oh my God, what's that note? And I go, boom, there's the note. You go 1, 2, 3, up 2 frets, boom, E. And so that is the hack to get the 2nd string. Now, the hardest of all the strings to memorize is the top high string, which is the E string. And that is a joke because it's actually the same as the 6th string. So if you know everything on the low E string, you know, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, it's the same thing here. E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. Boom. And that is all you need to do to memorize the fretboard. Like a lot of the times people will have like memorizing apps and things like that. Do not waste your time. This thing will help you crush it. I went to Berkeley, which is like one of the top music colleges in the world. Very, very, very rarely did I need to do that. The things that they would recall would be like, what is the relationship of X to, you know, of whatever note is to another note? That was the thing that was challenging. I didn't need to like memorize. No one's like pointing like, where's that note? As long as you can find the note, you're good. That's all that's important. As long as you know how to find the note, the speed at which you do it is not important. And with this, it's very little brain power to get to the notes that you want. So let me know how you go. Hopefully that helps you. Chuck in the comments. Let me know if I could do a better explanation of it. But hope it helps you. Hope it serves you. And if you know nothing about music theory and you're super confused about what we were just talking about, please check out our free music theory course, because I assumed that there was some basic knowledge that you knew what notes were and accidentals were. So that covers all of that for you. Then you can come back to this video and be like, that's what Lewin was talking about. I'm not crazy. And on top of that, you are now armed with more music theory knowledge than you thought possible. And now you can crush music even more. All right. Well, y'all have a good one, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.